Hello and thanks for tuning in. My name's Rob Tart. This is my cow Fluffy, and you're watching Pie's Perspective. Alright Fluffy, it's go time. A 90-year-old woman in Germany answered her doorbell and was met at the door by three would-be thieves. The three thieves claimed that they were there to celebrate the woman's birthday. As it turns out, it happened to be the woman's 90th birthday and she was having a birthday party that day. Now Granny became suspicious when one of the thieves asked for a drink of water and then tried to hold a towel in front of her face. At that point, Granny hit the assailant in the face and pushed one of the other assailants out the door. The trio of thieves fled at that point. Now I gotta admit, I love this story. It's nice to know that there's still some justice in the world. It's the strong preying on what they believe is the weak, only to have it shoved back in their face. Maybe Grandma is a mixed martial arts fan. It would have been nice to see her choke out one of the assailants. I'm thinking we could open up new self-defense schools for the elderly. We could teach them to defend themselves from would-be assailants. We could call it senior samurais or aged aikido. We could start by teaching them regular punch and kick techniques. Then we could go into weapons techniques, like how to use a cane effectively. Maybe teach them biting techniques using special hardened false teeth. Teach them how to take down an assailant with wheelchair spin maneuvers. If there happens to be two elderly people living together, you could teach them some tag team techniques. Have one person hold the assailant while the other one pummels them with their walker. And this could open up a whole new market for senior citizen weaponry. Start manufacturing canes with a shank in the handle. You could have wheelchairs with missile launchers a la James Bond. Maybe a walker with cattle prods hidden in the legs. Just lift that walker up, point, and pull the trigger. The elderly wouldn't have to worry about being charged with assault, because what thief wants to admit to police that they got a beat down from a 90-year-old grandmother? Alright, who wants ice cream? We have the thumbs upsicle, the subscribe-sicle, the 3-flavor fave-sicle, and the comment on a stick. Please help yourself to anything you like. A couple of hunters shot and wounded a fox and then moved in to finish the animal off. The hunter decided to finish the animal off by using the butt of his rifle. The fox offered fierce resistance and a scuffle ensued. Or at least that's the way he described it in the story, a scuffle ensued. During the scuffle, the fox inadvertently pulled the trigger on the man's rifle. The bullet from the shot hit the man in the leg and the fox managed to escape. So this animal got a little bit of justice in the face of impending doom. Now before we get started, I'm not personally against hunting. I mean, as long as you eat what you shoot, I don't have a problem with it at all. I'm not really into shooting animals just to have them stuffed. It just seems like a waste to me. Now having said that, I don't plan on attending any protests or anything. It's just my perspective on hunting. Now I don't hunt personally, but I do have a shotgun for skeet shooting. Skeets don't feel a lot of pain, so I don't feel too bad doing that, and generally they die quickly. I decided to look up the word hunting because I was curious to see what the definition of it is. Hunting is the pursuit and killing or capturing of animals regarded as a sport. Most sports have rules which attempt to give equality to all participants. Having a long-range rifle gives the hunter a very distinct advantage. That's why I think we should allow animals to take courses on how to defend themselves from hunters. The animals can sign up to learn how to shoot a rifle, how to become less visible using camouflage, and other skills. Maybe we could teach them various calls that will attract hunters like, "Hey, there's a giant buck over here and he can barely walk!" Now, I'm obviously joking about all of this, as having animals shooting and killing human beings is not funny. Although I'm pretty sure a deer doesn't find any humor in being shot in the head while it's strolling through the woods. When it comes to animal and sports, why don't we just stick to traditional sports like basketball or baseball? I'd like to see an all-giraffe basketball team or an all-roadrunner baseball team. Or how about a hippopotamus mud wrestling team? We could also have sports that give the animal a bigger advantage than the hunter. Like pin the tail on the hungry, angry rhinoceros. Today's question of the day is a two-parter. The first one is, think of some other senior citizen fighting techniques. The second question is, name an animal and a corresponding sport that you think the animal would be good at. Anyway, that's all I have for this week. Thanks for tuning in, and remember, it's not necessarily right or wrong, it's just my perspective. Fluffy, are you sure you packed this parachute correctly? Fluffy, are you okay? Oh, thank Bovine for that. At that point, Granny hit the assailant. It's the strong preying on what they believe is too weak. It's the strong preying. It's the strong preying to. What the hell am I saying? Like the. I don't know what. Start manufacturing canes with a shank in the handle. A shank? What's a shank? Maybe cattle. The elderly. Now during the scuffle, the fox in it. That's why I think we should allow animals to take courses on how to become less visible using camouflage. Camouflage? The hell is that?